Hey, what's happening, peeps? What's going on? This is Carlton Lewis, aka Mellow Melanin, aka Mega Businessman, coming to you live and direct from Atlanta, Georgia. And in this video, we are going to just riff. I'm just gonna let it fly. I'm gonna let it go. I don't have a specific topic, and I know I gotta get better at that. However, I know that I need to be consistent in making videos, so I can go through a plethora of topics, like plenty of topics that I could just pull out and read, and just stuff that, that I've gone over. For the most part, right now, I am, like I told you guys in the previous video, I'm studying Richard Dot's, and I'm getting a lot of value out of his books. And it's taken a lot of practice, but one thing I want to say is that you have to know yourself. There's an old saying, I don't know who came up with it, but it's know thyself, and you have to know thyself. So here in this, what I do, if you guys don't already know, I do Uber and Lyft. I drive rideshare, right? So, for this past week, I've trying a new strategy, and that's to do, it's called Uber XL, right? See, if you see in the back, I have several seats. So this vehicle can hold 7 people, including me. And so while that's a great way to earn extra income, this week it wasn't really profitable for me. So I had to go back to doing what I was familiar with, and what I was 100% comfortable with, and what I was 100% something that I knew would 100% make me happy and generate the money that I knew that I could make. Without a lot of waiting. I'm not really a good waiter, because I like to be moving, and I like to be meeting people, and I like to work a certain strategy, right? And with that particular strategy, I generated more more in the morning time, because I split my shifts up. I generated more in the morning time than I would usually generate, than I had been generating all week, just doing the Uber XL platform only. So, Uber XL is great. Don't get me wrong. It pays a lot more, but the market is bigger for the lower paying gigs. I hate to say it like that, but it is. But if you work the lower paying gigs smart, then you can generate a decent amount of income. So, knowing thyself is, to me, and I was reading another book. I read a lot of books, and I listen to a lot of audiobooks. This one audiobook been listening to is called Looking Out for Number One. And in Looking Out for Number One, the gentleman talked about, making decisions for long-term happiness. And I thought that was a really good concept. I started listening to that audiobook at one point in time, but for some reason I stopped listening to it. I lost interest in it some kind of way. But I do remember him saying, this time I listened to him maybe like 2 weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago, and he was saying that making decisions that, that cause you to have long-term happiness. And when you're not happy, it's you start worrying. You know what I'm saying? If you start to get miserable, you start to worry sometimes, you know what I'm saying? And I had been worrying a lot, and that's one of the things I've been working on, and one of the things Richard Dot's, this new book I got, it's called It Is Done. And I'll put links in the description for these books. Already got 2 I got to give you links for. So, for me, conquering that worry bug, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. But I noticed that I'm happy when I'm happy when I'm doing what I like to do, and I'm free, and I'm not worrying about, where my money is coming from. Because the money is out here. The money is in abundance. So, it's just weird that, that I experienced that this week. I was just sitting, like, waiting. Like I tell you guys, I'm not the best waiter. I'm not. And I know it. You know what I'm saying? I know it. I know I like to be moving. I know I like to be, generating income. And I know that the money is out there for the higher platforms. It just wasn't falling that way for me this week. And I'm used to getting my money on a daily basis. What's wrong with that? You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that. So, you know, so I think I did pretty good this morning. You know, I did pretty good. I did half of what I would normally do in a day this morning, and I was done by like 10 o'clock. So, and I was able to, you know, chill out, come rest, do a little shopping. I had the car washed, you know, so I got some things done. But the main thing was I was happy. You know, I was meeting people. I was happy. You know, I got tips. You know, I had some really good trips this morning. And so now it's evening rush hour. It's 5:42. So I'm just kind of like chilling right now, waiting on the next ride. I'm pretty sure want to come soon. I just want to make sure that I'm taking advantage. I'm kind of babbling a little bit now, so I'm probably gonna wrap it up. I just want to make sure that I'm taking advantage of the time. So like this time that I'm sitting, you know, it's my goal to make a video every day. You know, I have a YouTube channel, another YouTube channel, ridesharedrivingtips.com. That's my blog, and the YouTube channel they're both the same name. You know, and I need to do videos. These videos for me, they are part of my definite chief aim. You know, and that's to become a world, not world class, but definitely I like world class, but haven't never really. I've been saying that recently, but it's to be a well-paid, highly sought-after speaker and trainer. You know, and that's what I do, and that's what the videos are for. So if I'm not doing the videos, then, you know, or if I'm not speaking or training every single day on something, even if I'm just sharing with you guys my experience, like I said, I had no idea what I was going to talk about today on this video. I just knew I needed to turn the video camera on and just let it go, because number one, it's good for me to you know, to get this out. And number two, somebody can hear one idea from what I'm saying. I may even hear something that sparks me, just like, you know, talking about making decisions based on long-term happiness. You know, I can't disagree with that. I think that's great. You know, we're not taught to think like that. We're taught to think you know, on a straight animal level, where we're just satisfying our immediate need. You know, we're not thinking about our long-term need. You know, will this choice benefit me in the long term? No, it just benefit now. It's a right now decision. It's a right now answer. That can hurt. You know, that can hurt. So, you know, like I said, I started and bringing it back to what I was telling you guys about rideshare, you know, and how I was, you know, moving around this week with trying this one strategy. I wasn't happy. You know, I would be happy when I'd get a ride, and I'd get a good ride, and I would get one for hours. I may not get one for the rest of the day, and I'm like, no, I can't do that. It's not the way my brain is set up. You know, it's not the way my bank account is set up. I like to get consistent money. I like consistency. You know, I consider what I do a business, so I like to get consistent business. You know, how many days can Walmart go without getting sales? You know, how many days can Burger King, McDonald's, the Home Depot, how many days can they go without generating revenue? You know, maybe they have some revenue in reserve. That's great. You know, have some funds in reserve just in case. But, you know, you still got to pay your employees. Somebody got to pay me to drive this car, you know? So, you know, I'm being silly, but I'm definitely serious at the same time. You know, I have to look at things different, you know, from my perspective, and I have to do what makes me happy, you know, and that's okay. You know what I'm saying? It's okay that I don't do it like the next man. It's okay that you don't do it like the next person. It's okay, because, you know, everybody's needs are different. What makes this one person happy and makes the next person happy, all of that's different. All right, for different people. So you have to find out what makes you happy, and you have to look at your long-term, you have to look at your decisions for long-term happiness. And I know that if I kept going, you know, using the strategy where I just you know, I just did Excel only, you know, I don't think long term I don't think I'd be happy. I just don't. You know, it wasn't, you know, I know my system, the system that I worked, and it works for me on a daily basis. You know, it brings me the money I need for my household. So part of that is on me. No, not part of it. All of that is on me. All of that is my responsibility. I'm at fault. I'm at fault. I'm responsible for the choices I make. I don't blame anybody else for the choices I make. You know, I was talking to Olivia the other day, yesterday, matter of fact. She said, well, why'd you change? You know, so well, I want to try something different. I want to try to make more money. You know, in the attempts to make more money, sometimes you hurt yourself. You know, so you got to be looking at what you need and what your household needs, especially if you have a family. You have to be looking at what your household needs, not just, you know, grandiose idea of, oh, I'm going to make more. No, you need if you got consistency, get it. And then you take incremental steps, you know, then you take steps up. And this vehicle that I have, it can help me take steps up because there are platforms that I can do now, but I know my definite bread and butter, it works like clockwork, boom. You know, I got a strategy in this morning and I was like, okay, I'm gonna do these type of rides. You know, I know this certain area is gonna pay X amount of dollars if I go to this certain area. I did two of those, three rides like that back to back. And I just kept working it. I just kept working it. And I got what I needed, you know, and it made me happy, and I felt good. But I was confident. That's the thing, though. I was confident that I could do that particular strategy because I'd done it over and over. It was proven. It's proven. You know what I'm saying? It's proven. It's 1 + 1 = 2. It's proven. You know, it's no accident. I know that if I go in this area this certain time of day, I can get a certain amount of rides. They're going to pay a certain amount of money. It's bankable. All right. It's bankable. You know, and that's the thing. It's bankable every day, every single day. It may take me more work. It may take a little bit more time. It actually doesn't take, it's the same amount of time. Because if I'm just waiting and nothing's happening, I'd rather be making money or something. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather be generating income. And this video is not just about money. At the end, like I said, I didn't know what I was going to talk about, but when I'm talking about happiness, you know, what makes you happy? You know, what's going to bring the most happiness, the most joy long term to you? And when I say you, that means your family, your environment. You know, what's going to bring the happiness? You know, what kind of vibe are you putting out? Because I'm sure I wasn't putting out a happy vibe when, you know, I'm just sitting there waiting and things weren't going the way I would hope they went. But hope is not a strategy. It's not. So I can't feed myself with hope. You know, I can't feed myself with hope, but I can feed myself knowing that if I get up at the times that I like to get up in the morning and get out and do the things that I know that I can do, you know, like clockwork, proven, guaranteed, you know, then I'm going to be happy. End result is happiness. All right. So hope you got some value out of this video. If you did, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the subscribe button, and then hit the little bell so you get the alerts. I'm going to be doing more of these videos. I'm pretty stoked on it. They'll be more focused a little bit later on, but right now I just want to, you know, get back into the groove of doing the video every day, at least one video every single day. All right. So this is Carlton Lewis signing out. Peace out.